Hey, it's Corrina, your virtual health coach. In this video, I'm going to be talking about our pearly whites, sharing some important tips for keeping your mouth clean and fresh, as well as sharing some of my favorite DIY whitening recipes. Our mouths are home to thousands of different strains of bacteria, and some of these bacteria are good, beneficial bacteria that help to protect us from foreign invaders, and some of these are bad bacteria that cause gingivitis, bad breath, and just overall deplete the health of our teeth and mouth. So brushing our teeth regularly is crucial because whatever food residue, especially sugar, remains on our teeth becomes food for these bad bacteria in our mouth. So where better to start when we're talking about your teeth than to go ahead and talk about your toothbrush. Now, your regular run-of-the-mill toothbrush is certainly a suitable tool for brushing your teeth. There's just a couple of key things I think are important to kind of emphasize. First of all, you want to be gentle with your teeth and your gums. Sometimes we feel that we want to brush our teeth really hard to try and get them clean, but actually this can be harmful to the gums, which are quite sensitive, and it doesn't necessarily make our teeth cleaner. So be gentle on your mouth with your toothbrush. The second thing is that your toothbrush can actually harbor a lot of bacteria. The stuff that stays on the toothbrush after we brush, the airborne bacteria that is just present in your bathroom. So my first tip is to disinfect your toothbrush anytime from once a week, at least once a month, and then to replace your toothbrush every 3 to 6 months, just to ensure that number one, the bristles have not become abrasive from being used so much, and number two, that you don't have a lot of bacteria lurking and living inside of your toothbrush. So you can easily disinfect your toothbrush at home with a simple mixture of vinegar and baking soda plus a little bit of water. Now I have apple cider vinegar here, but you could also just use regular white distilled vinegar and combine that with a little bit of baking soda and you have a great little disinfecting solution for your toothbrush. Also becoming quite popular these days are self-sanitizing toothbrushes that either have a case or holder that will sanitize the toothbrush using steam or another method. So I was actually lucky enough to try out this Dazzle Pro toothbrush, and it actually has this little charging case that uses UV to sanitize your toothbrush in between uses. So it also serves as a very handy travel case, which is great. And you can see that the UV light on this toothbrush is very cool looking in addition to being super effective. So an electric toothbrush or sonic toothbrush is a great way to get even more out of your toothbrushing. So when you have the electric spin or buzz, this particular toothbrush by Dazzle Pro actually gives you 31,000 strokes per minute. And after using this toothbrush for a while, I really can feel the difference in the cleanliness of my teeth and how smooth and clean they feel. So another cool thing about this toothbrush is that it actually has different toothbrushing modes as well. So there's a gentle mode, a slightly firmer mode, and then this pulsating mode that is really good for stimulating your gums. And you can circulate through the different modes of the toothbrush with this little button. It also has a 2-minute timer to help make sure that you're actually brushing for 2 minutes, and it even gives you a little indication every 30 seconds so that you can move through these different modes and kind of customize your toothbrushing experience. So another thing to know about your regular toothbrush is that the implanted bristles in the customary toothbrush design can actually be one of the areas where bacteria can really grow and fester inside of your toothbrush. So another cool product that kind of remedies this issue is this O Nano toothbrush. So this is a toothbrush that actually has thermoplastic urethane bristles, and they're built into the toothbrush. So rather than the bristles being implanted into the separate piece, it's actually all one piece. So it eliminates those little crevices in the bristles where bacteria can potentially grow. So this is a great toothbrush. It's actually designed specifically for people with sensitive gums or people who are recovering from a periodontal surgery of some kind. Using this toothbrush feels like you're massaging your gums. It's really, really neat. And for those times when my gums are feeling sensitive or just there's pain in my teeth for some reason, and I'll talk about that a little later, this is a great toothbrush for giving you all the cleaning benefits you want, but without being harsh on your gums. So in a moment, I'm going to move on to toothpaste and sharing some easy home whitening recipes. But first, I want to tell you about oil pulling. Now, this is something that is gaining popularity, but maybe you've heard of it, maybe you haven't. Let me know. So oil pulling is where you swish with an oil for 20 minutes and then spit that out, obviously. Now, I like to use coconut oil because I feel it has the least amount of flavor. You can also use olive oil or sesame oil. The idea is that the oil is going to kind of serve to pull out bacteria. Now, the cellular membrane of a bacterial cell is fat soluble. So that's why swishing with an oil kind of serves to pull these different bacteria out of your mouth. Now, this is an ancient practice. It originally comes from Ayurvedic medicine, which is an ancient medicine from India. This practice is especially effective for helping to improve the health of your mouth, decrease sensitivity of your teeth and gums, as well as just contributing to less of those bad bacteria living in your mouth and on your teeth. So you can visit oilpulling.com to see a full description of how to do this process. But essentially, you're going to take about a tablespoon of oil, swish gently with the oil in your mouth for 20 minutes. Do not gargle with it. You just want it to be contacting your teeth. And then after 20 minutes, you spit that out. Now, the first time you do it, it can seem like the longest 20 minutes of your life, but just keep doing it and it gets easier and easier over time. Now, it's important that when you spit out the oil at the end of 20 minutes, you do it either into the trash can or outside because coconut oil can harden at low temperatures and you don't want that in your pipes. You're also going to want to then disinfect your toothbrush, either using that vinegar and baking soda recipe from earlier, or just using hydrogen peroxide as an example. And you'll also want to rinse out your mouth as well, because it's going to be full of all of those bad bacteria that the oil was pulling out. So what about your toothpaste? All right. So this is a Crest whitening toothpaste that I have here, but the ingredients are going to be quite similar to a lot of the other conventional toothpastes that are out there. So the first thing I want to point out is that most of these toothpastes include fluoride as the active ingredient. Now, fluoride, when taken systemically or when it enters your body, is known to be very harmful and is a toxin. So what you'll notice on most toothpaste boxes is that it says something to the effect of warning. If more than used for toothbrushing is accidentally swallowed, get help or contact a poison control center immediately. It also tells you things like not to use more than a pea-sized amount, etc. And the bottom line here for me is that if this is something that's potentially harmful to my health in large amounts, then I certainly don't want to be putting it in my mouth multiple times a day. So I personally choose to err on the side of fluoride-free toothpastes. Now, topical fluoride has been shown to have some protective qualities for your teeth. So something like swishing with fluoride once or twice a year at the dentist is something that is still usually recommended. But using a fluoride toothpaste every day is something that I personally would recommend that you avoid. Continuing on to the inactive ingredients, we have sorbitol. So here we have a sweetener in your toothpaste that's supposed to be leaving your mouth clean. We also have titanium dioxide and blue number 1. So these are artificial colors that are also included in something that's supposed to leave our teeth clean. And then we also have sodium lauryl sulfate, which is a surfactant, basically something that kind of scrubs the teeth. Now, this can help whiten your teeth, but it's also abrasive to them and is really not particularly good for the enamel. So all in all, I am not a fan of most conventional toothpastes. I will spend that little bit of extra money to get something that doesn't contain fluoride and that doesn't contain these chemicals like sodium lauryl sulfate and blue number 1. Now, there are lots of different natural toothpastes on the market, but you can also just use baking soda. By far, the cheapest, easiest way to clean your teeth at home is just using baking soda. Now, the primary reason that we don't typically hear about baking soda being used as a toothpaste is because it doesn't taste that fabulous. But I do think that if you are looking for something that is cheap and effective and safe, this is certainly a good way to go. Another great way to dramatically improve the health of your mouth and condition of your teeth is to radically reduce the amount of sugar and refined carbohydrates that you are consuming. Processed foods, and especially things like refined sugar, are especially harmful for our teeth. Now, a little trick that you can use to improve the situation a little bit better is to simply aim at not having sugar on your teeth all day long, or to decrease the amount of time that you have sugar exposed on your teeth. So this would be things like brushing your teeth after meals. If you're someone who likes to eat candy or sodas and things like that, go ahead and eat the candy or soda and then brush your teeth afterwards, or minimally rinse your mouth with water or baking soda to even clean your teeth up a little bit more and alkalize the environment of your mouth. So rather than sipping on a soda all day long or eating candies over the course of several hours while you're sitting at your desk, which is something I used to do, you would actually just eat the snack, eat the food, and then go brush your teeth or rinse your mouth out. The idea is just to have as low amount of time as possible where you have lots of sugar on your teeth and food residue in your mouth. So let's talk about whitening. Now, we would all love to have that Hollywood smile of super pearly white teeth, but it's important to consider that oftentimes the bleaching and other whitening treatments that are out there for our teeth, while they can provide you with gleamingly white teeth, are actually not beneficial for the health of the enamel on your teeth. So, for instance, really harsh chemicals and bleaching agents are not something that are going to help improve the health of your mouth. And we can experience that by observing that when we do these different whitening methods, oftentimes our teeth become incredibly sensitive to hot or cold. And this is just an indication that that method of whitening is not something that's healthy for your teeth. So luckily, we can whiten our teeth naturally and again with super effective little home remedies. So baking soda makes a great base for a couple of different kind of DIY whitening recipes. So one of them includes using hydrogen peroxide with your baking soda. And you'll get that nice, super fuzzy, fizzy, kind of bubbly solution that you can use to whiten your teeth with. It'll work as a toothpaste. Now, something like that you don't want to do on an incredibly frequent basis, again, because it does kind of begin to break down the enamel on your teeth. So maybe once per week on a solution like that. Another great whitening recipe involves using strawberries. So you simply chop the strawberries up and then kind of smush it into the baking soda with a little bit of water until you create a paste. Now, you don't want it to be too runny or too watery. If it remains a little bit thick so it can stay on your teeth, that is going to give you even more whitening power. Again, this is something that you really just want to do maybe once a week or once every 2 weeks, as this can become abrasive to your enamel if you're doing it too frequently. Bananas provide another fantastic way to naturally whiten your teeth, and luckily this is something that is not abrasive to your enamel at all, and something that you can do as often as you would like. So you actually use the peel of the banana, and you can just kind of take the peel and rub it onto your teeth. And if you can let that sit for a minute before you swish with water or get the banana taste out of your mouth, then that gives you extra benefit. Another great way to naturally whiten your teeth is using activated charcoal. So this is a type of charcoal that has been sanitized and treated so that it becomes porous. And if you've ever heard of someone having their stomach pumped after they are poisoned or have food poisoning or some other type of issue, they actually use activated charcoal for that purpose as well. And it's because of this porous activity of the charcoal. Now, it actually kind of serves as a magnet for toxins. So this is why it's very effective at treating people who need to get some kind of toxic substance out of their body quickly. Now, when we use it in our mouth, it has the same effect as well. So it kind of serves as a magnet for toxins, and the toxins then cling to the charcoal and are spit out with the toothpaste when you get done brushing your teeth. Now, it's not so much that toxins are absorbed into the charcoal, but more that they just kind of cling to the outside of those molecules. So you can very easily make your own DIY activated charcoal toothpaste by ordering some online. But I wanted to show you this toothpaste. This is actually made locally here in Austin, and it uses the power of activated charcoal. Now, our other ingredients are calcium bentonite clay. This is another mineral that helps to kind of pull toxins out. And it is sweetened with organic orange peel extract and organic mint extract. But here, if we compared this toothpaste to the Crest we were looking at earlier, this one doesn't have any sweetener, so we don't have sorbitol. It doesn't have any artificial colors, and it doesn't have any harsh surfactants like sodium lauryl sulfate. So this is a great example of a very natural, non-abrasive toothpaste. What you'll also notice if you look at this packaging is that there is no poison control warning anywhere on the box. This is something that is not toxic. It is not toxic to your kids if they accidentally swallow it, and it is not toxic to you, which what could be better? So this particular activated charcoal toothpaste is called My Magic Mud. And it's because when you brush your teeth with it, it really does look like you're brushing your teeth with mud. It actually is a black powder. And when you brush your teeth get all black. This is very fun for kids, believe me. Now, it can get a little messy, but she has included a great little instruction booklet on how to keep it contained, keep it as clean as possible. It does wash away very easily, so that is not an issue. And it also comes with this very cute little scooper so that you can easily scoop the toothpaste powder onto your toothbrush. Now, after using this toothpaste for actually a couple of years now, I became especially interested in activated charcoal and started doing some research. And lo and behold, there's actually several different products that use these benefits of activated charcoal. So I just kind of wanted to show you an example. This is a charcoal facial detox soap by Destiny Boutique. So it contains obviously the activated charcoal. It also contains argan oil and shea butter, which are known to be very beneficial for the skin. It has tea tree oil and peppermint oil, and in general does not contain any of these weird sodium lauryl sulfate type surfactants or any of the sometimes unpleasant ingredients we find in cosmetic and facial care products like artificial fragrances and the like. If you'd like to learn more about me and my health coaching practice, you can visit me online at CorrinaRachel.com. You'll find links and additional related videos about the toothbrush and Magic Mud toothpaste down below in the description of this video. I hope you'll subscribe so that you can join me for all of my future videos. Please be sure to leave your comments, questions, and video topic requests for me down below. Thanks again, and have a wonderful day.